Hey guys, it's me, Joey.T. from the Cartoon.P. And guess what? We have a Beauty and the Beast trailer. We got until like 4 months until this movie comes out, so let's get some more footage. Let's see what this movie's gonna look like. And that's what we got today, and I knew I just had to talk about it. Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite animated movies. I mentioned that in a couple of videos before. If you haven't seen those videos, check them out because I kind of need the views right now. I feel like I wanted to talk about this trailer. My overall feelings about this trailer were kind of moderate. I feel like I was always optimistic about this movie and that there were some people that were hesitant about it, and I would imagine because number one, you're remaking an Academy Award nominated movie. This isn't just a Disney animated movie like, Sleeping Beauty, where it's like that movie was made like 50 years ago. So let's have people remember it somehow. This is a movie that was made 20 years ago, still in the public's mind and perception. I'm pretty sure it's still on Broadway. Correct me if I'm wrong, but recently was on Broadway at the very least. Remaking this movie is not just remaking a Disney animated movie, you're remaking an Academy Award nominated movie. A movie that signified the first for animation. So there are some expectations. There are some big expectations for this. And there were certain qualities about this trailer that I knew I just had to talk about. Certain things that you may have missed, certain things that you may want to check out again, or certain things that maybe make me question certain things. There's certain things that make me question what they're gonna do in this movie, which is why I'm doing a trailer breakdown. I took some notes on it, so just so they stay fresh in my mind. This is my second or third time seeing this trailer, and I just took note of certain things. And let's start with the first thing I noticed. After we see the credit, we see the castle, and then we see a portrait. And something very important, and I think a lot of people would have missed this, is that we see a portrait of the child, of the Beast as a child, which is important because this would prove my theory that he was transformed into a beast when he was 11 years old. Remember how in the original movie they said they were cursed for 10 years? And then you see a lot of portraits of him as like an adult, so what is he, like 40 years old, turning 21? That didn't make a lot of sense. But it turns out they may be correcting that and having the Beast as a child. Also signifying that he will be turning inhuman, or at least the curse will end when he's 21 years old. And I think that is an important detail to hold on to. Check out that video too, because I had more time to talk about it then. Later on, we see Maurice on the horse, and he's going through the garden, and he picks out a rose. This might not seem like a big deal for some people, but believe it or not, in the original fairy tale, Maurice goes away, and Belle tells him, "Don't get me anything special, just get me a rose. That's all I want." So this actually signifies that they are adapting not just the animated movie, but they're also adapting material that they may have missed in the original book, which I think is important because, it shows that they don't just want to do like a copy-paste. We're making this movie out of member berries. Remember Beauty and the Beast? Remember they said that line? Remember that? I'll get into that a little bit later because there are certain things that do feel like they are feeding off the nostalgia of the original movie, but something like this is good. One thing that does kind of concern me is that if this is our first introduction to the Beast, does that mean that we're not going to be introduced to the other characters? Because in the original movie, when Maurice sees the Beast, he already gets to know the castle. He already knows some of the characters, and that serves us a little bit of exposition as to where and what these characters face in the castle. So are we going to be missing that? Or do we find out that Maurice finds out the castle's enchanted when he goes into the prison cell, and maybe the characters meet up with him while he's there, and that's how we're introduced to the characters. And maybe even then, we're relayed a message to Belle from the other characters that he's in trouble, as opposed to just the horse. I guess in the original movie, Belle just tells that her father's in trouble because the horse shows up. "What's that, boy? What, my dad's in trouble? You're gonna take me there? Let's go!" So I'm kind of glad they're gonna be fixing that, or maybe not. Who knows? All I know is that from this is that we're introduced to the Beast when he's in the flower garden. Maybe they're gonna change that in the movie. Who knows? Something I also noticed is that this is also in the teaser trailer. When Belle is entering the castle, there's this door, and the door just looks weird. Is this like a detail in Baroque architecture? Like, why does it look like a violin or a cello is gonna be entering that castle? Who knows? Any art historians in the comment section below, let me know what you think about that. another thing I noticed too is that throughout this trailer, you see Belle is holding onto this really big stick. Like, is that her wand? Is that Hermione Granger and her, her magical stick? Or maybe it's a remnant from the castle that leads her to find her father. Maybe it's a stick played by Richard Lewis. Who knows? An animate, stick or something. Who knows? But you just see her. She's always holding onto the stick. She's defending herself with this stick. She's always holding onto this thing. What's up with the stick? And then there's certain things when you're watching this trailer, when we first see the Beast, Belle interact with the Beast. This is what I was kind of concerned, and I mentioned this too, is that this is where the member berries are coming in, like in South Park. They want you to remember certain lines. It's like they're taking specific things that you remember from the animated movie. Like, there are lines that are straight up from the cartoon, which has me kind of concerned. On one hand, I kind of like that they are taking pride that they're remaking a classic movie and want to honor it. But on the other hand, I hope they're just not doing a Star Wars New Hope thing where they're just like dipping into the nostalgia and trying to say, hey, we got all the qualities you liked from that movie, so things are gonna be cool, right? We're cool. Well, who knows? Let's see how it all pans out. And then at some point, we see the Beast in the shadow. Belle sees him. She's got a stick ready to smack him or something, who knows? And the Beast shows up out of the shadows, and I think it looks good. It's funny that I said I think it looks good, because I actually did like how they portray the Beast in this. It seems like they're doing a practical suit, like he's gonna be wearing makeup, but at the same time, they're motion capturing certain details in the face, which I think is a good thing to do, because it's not just a straight up motion capture performance. I do like that they're trying to blend the two, a little bit of practical, a little motion, so that you can react to something that's there, because the performance is what matters, and that's what worked in the original movie, that the performances were so strong despite it being an animated movie. So I hope that works out well. From what I see in the trailer, it looks kind of cool. The eyes look a little weird here and there, but this is a trailer, so maybe they're going to improve on it when the movie comes out. At some point, we see Lumiere and Cogsworth. They look amazing. I'm glad with the designs they went with for this. When I saw the picture come out, I was a little hesitant about how they're going to do Lumiere, but in motion, I like what they're doing. But then that brings us to a minute and 3 seconds into the video when we see Chip and Mrs. Potts. Oh God, what have they done to you? I don't think they look good. I think it looks weird because you could tell that they didn't want to put too much human characteristics into these things, and they were like, hey, let's make it like porcelain where you paint gold on it and have like little minor details, and maybe we'll just animate them like minimally, but there's still like a human. It's almost like they're trying to incorporate motion capture into it, and it just seems weird. And this isn't any offense to Emma Thompson, who's going to be doing Mrs. Potts, which at first when I saw this I was like, is that Angela Lansbury? Is she reprising? Or because something about it seemed off, and I was like, no, it's Emma Thompson doing an Angela Lansbury impression, maybe while she's on Xanax, because she does sound a little off. Don't worry, my dear, things are gonna be okay. I'm still optimistic. I hope it's gonna be turning out well. Who knows? And then we see some more trailer footage. At some point, a minute and 21 seconds into the video, we see Gaston is riling up his crew to kill the Beast and go into what is potentially one of my favorite villain songs in recent years from Disney. The Kill the Beast, the mob song. I absolutely love that. And you'll notice this in the trailer, but it's almost like they're saying, we're not an animated movie, we're not a musical. We're going to show you all the bits where we're not singing, but you know in your heart that this is going to be a musical. And that's a marketing thing that's been done in recent years, where it's like, we have a musical, but we're not going to show you the musical numbers. We're just going to show you the live action stuff. And at some point, you could tell that they're singing certain things. I'm going to go into the specific things that I think they are singing. But something I thought was really cool is that at some point, when Gaston's ready to go out, LeFou holds his shoulder, and it looks like he's holding him back from something, which is very out of character from what I remember out of LeFou. Are they making LeFou more dimensional? Because my problem with LeFou is that he's the lackey. He's the happy-go-lucky lackey. He's very much the cat in Pinocchio who's just following around this fox. So, are they gonna give LeFou a heel turn? Like, are they gonna make LeFou realize that he's doing something wrong? Which would be kind of cool, because I feel like they shouldn't waste that character. Because in the original movie, like I mentioned, he is the lackey. He's the happy-go-lucky lackey. And at the end of the movie, when he defeats he tries to fight the inanimate objects, he gets defeated, or we don't even see what happens to him. So are they indicating that he's going to be changing characters? Because let's be honest, somebody's telling Gaston, take it easy. He's looking back at them, nobody takes it easy. Like Gaston. That's what she said. Everything else up to this point is trailer stuff. I did mention that there were certain qualities in this trailer that indicate that it's going to be a musical. Like, there are certain shots in this where you see a lot of dancing, and you see a lot of people look like they're singing and own. Because at one point, minute 40 seconds, you see Gaston, he's singing the Gaston song. You know it's got to be that Gaston song. At around a minute and 42 seconds, you see Belle. She's on top of the hill, and it looks like she's singing her big musical reprise to her song. And then at around a minute and 43 seconds, we see the characters, the inanimate objects, Lumiere and his girlfriend, are dancing. And this could either be human again, or this could be the Beauty and the Beast song while Belle and the Beast are dancing. And they're dancing too, like while they're dancing as well. They're just so caught up in the emotions. Because I don't think this is human again. Believe it or not, there's a part in the trailer where it's going to catch some people by surprise. But you're going to see a lot of people are dancing in a ballroom. And you're like, I don't remember that from the movie. Is this going to be a flashback when everybody was human? Or is this going to be the Human Again song where all the characters are imagining that they're human again? Which would be kind of cool, because we don't actually get to see that in the movie. That song was cut, but it was in the Broadway musical. But it would be really cool, because at some point you see them dancing and there's a man in the middle. I take it that's Lumiere. It's got to be Lumiere, because hey, Lumiere's he's a boss. Come on, he's got to have the ladies surrounding him. Come on. So that'd be kind of cool if that's how they do Human Again, because it's a good song, and I'm kind of glad they're bringing it back. And overall, those are my reactions. Those are certain things that I think you may have missed from the original trailer that just came out today. Like I mentioned before, I got high hopes out of this. Every time I watch this trailer, I get more anticipated for this movie because, like I said, Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite animated movies. I hope this gets people to watch the original movie. I know for a fact that I'm probably going to be watching the original soon, because that's what I do. Every year I watch Beauty and the Beast. It's a great, great movie. It's a tremendous movie. It's fabulous. Give it a watch. It's huge. Yeah, Donald Trump impression. It's funny now, but who knows if it's going to be funny in the next 4 years. Anyways, thanks for watching this trailer breakdown. I hope you liked it. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Watch my other videos that I mentioned. I'm going to put links to the other videos that I mentioned I made comparisons to that I made as well in the description below. And if you got any questions, shoot them in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this trailer breakdown. Take care, guys.